Hi, welcome back. I'm back. This is week 2 of my Christmas special. I'm trying to make 4 videos in the run up to Christmas, so the final one will go up on Christmas Eve, hopefully. They're all a little bit different from things that I would normally do, but hopefully sufficiently similar that it's something that you would like. And I'm fully aware that most people have either made stuff or prepared already, but that's okay. Hopefully this will get you feeling a little bit festive, and then there's always next year that you could have a go at doing stuff. So here I have a huge pile of doilies. So these are crochet doilies, okay? So you can see they're really, really gorgeous, and these are all vintage. I didn't make any of these. I have collected them or they've been given to me. I have something in mind that I want to do in the spring with a lot of these, and it's an item of clothing. So I just thought if I take these ones out and then show you some of these big ones. I'm not going to show you all of them. I'll just quickly pull them through. So I've got some really unusual ones with pansies, a purple one. This great big one. This is a big panel it's not round. These are my favourites. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? Now I think this is Irish crochet. It's very 3-dimensional, especially with these roses. There's little cute ones. That's a bit of a squarey thing. Another one. And then look, there's another one of these. Isn't it just stunning? I just wanted to show you some different doilies. So I'm going to do 2 things today. I'm going to do making bunting out of these. The reason why I want to make bunting out of them, these are the ones that I've sorted out that I think will work. So if I lay these out, I think they look like snowflakes. I think they're so pretty, and I think it would be so nice to have these all suspended like bunting to put over I've got a mantelpiece in my sitting room. So I'm going to do bunting. But I'm also going to do some little dishes as well, I think, if I can find a bowl. So for the bowl one, you need to find a bowl that's a nice shape. So that's actually quite a nice shape. And what we'll be doing is using this as a form. So what we'll do is cover the bowl in something to protect it, and then soak this in the mixture that I'm going to make, and then leave it like that to dry, and then you can see it will dry in that shape, and then you'll end up with this lovely little sort of frilly bit. So I've always been fascinated by things like that. Oh, lots of cinnamon there. And I just thought it would make a really cute little gift. I mean, some of those with the pansies on that I showed you would look so sweet. And then also, when I was sorting out all of these doilies, I found these ones that were given to me by a friend. I have so many with this beautiful little pink edge on. And I just thought, oh, can you imagine in somebody's bedroom, or just hanging up in the summer somewhere, or like at a wedding or something, how cute these would look hanging up if they were stiffened. If you haven't got any doilies, you can often find them at thrift stores and flea markets and things like that, in the sort of vintage linens and stuff. But I know a lot of the people that subscribe to this channel, I know that your grandmas and possibly even some of your mums will have crocheted some of these, and we keep them in drawers and think they're too good to get rid of, and they've got sentimental value but you don't want to use them. Well, here's a way we can use them and enjoy them, and repurpose them for something that's a little bit more up to date, but you can still see what they are. They shouldn't be too expensive if you do have to buy them. I bought quite a few on eBay a number of years ago. It depends how fancy they are. You can often get job lots of just the plain off-white or white ones. I'm going to mix up a solution of PVA glue and water. You can't just use PVA. I did think about using starch, but the thing is, starch is affected by moisture, whereas PVA won't be once it's dried out. So we're going to go and iron them all carefully to pull out all of the scallops and all of the little edges, the details, all of that. But then the most important thing will be to draw around this on a piece of greaseproof paper. The main thing is to mark these points, because when this has been dipped into the PVA solution, so we need some sort of reference of where to pin these edges while it dries. I'm going to be using a big cake board. So the first step is to iron all of these and then round up a cake board. You could use cardboard at a push, but once you've used it you can't use the same holes again because it just goes loose. So off to the ironing board. So I've got the ironing board set up. I've got a couple of bowls that I want to use, so I need to choose which ones of these would fit. So I'm going to need some quite large ones. And what I was thinking with these is that when you've made them, they would make really great little dishes to put like a couple of soaps in or something for a present. I know a lot of people like to put sweet treats out at Christmas or at other festive times, you know, like homemade bonbons or even cookies. Just like a little paper doily in the bottom or something. Just keep it clean because you can't really wash them. So just have a little look at what you've got and what the doily sort of dictates would work on. So it's a question of the size of doily and what bowls you're using as a mould. Okay, well I think these two are going to be for the bowls. Now where there's 3-dimensional flowers, I really want to make sure they're on the inside when it's done so you can see them. So right, if I iron those two for the bowls, I've also got some other bits and pieces that we need. So I've got a soaking wet cloth, just like a tea towel, an old tea towel, because I hate getting my hands dirty. I absolutely can't stand it. I hate getting glue and sticky things on my hands. So this is looking great now it's being ironed. That's for one of the bowls. Some of them will need more attention than others to get them right. You know, some will just be weighted down happily with the weight of the water and the PVA glue, and the others will just need a little bit of help. And it also depends how long they've been sat in a drawer and how stiff they've gone. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I could put starch on them first to get them into the right shape, but I was worried if that would do something to the absorption of the PVA water mixture, so I haven't. I've just gone with just ironing stuff and hoping I can get it as right as possible. So that's all of them ironed, and now we're on to the sticky bit. Okay, so for this bit I've got a cake board. For the two bowls, they're just going to have some baking paper put on the bowls to protect them a bit. I don't use plastic wrap. I need something to stop them sticking to my bowls because these are actually bowls from my house. Just going to do a piece that will fit this over the top and stuff it around the inside like that. Okay, I'll do the same with this one. And now we're coming to the brew, the witch's potion. So we are going to put a lot of PVA in here. And yes, this is a vintage glass mixing bowl, but I promise I'll wash it really well afterwards. If you want to get hold of some cheaply, if you go to a hardware store, like in the States, if you go to Home Depot, so I'm going to put about the same amount of water in and start mixing it. And the reason why I'm doing it like that is because it's easier to mix the two together. Just put some more in. So the object of the exercise is to get enough PVA mixed with water to stiffen the fabric and hold its shape, but not so much that when it dries it feels plasticky. So we just need to protect my work table for a bit. So I'm going to use another piece of this. So I'm going to start with this one. In this bowl here I have got that mixture that you've just watched me make. And I've got this all set up where I want to work with it. So I'm just going to push this in here, and I'm going to use the spoon because I want to keep my hands as glue free as possible for as long as possible. So I'm just pushing it down in here, make sure it's all coated in the PVA and water mixture. Right, and I'm draining some off because I don't want to screw it up. Okay, so I'm putting the fancy flowers on the inside. And now I'm going to spend a couple of minutes just pulling out all of the fancy scallopy edge on this. So there we go. I think that's the best I can get it. There are like a few PVA bubbles which you can kind of tap out. It feels gross, so I'm not going to. Oh, I'll wash my hands now. So the first one's done. So now I'm going to do the second one. And I'm just squishing this down into the PVA again. What I did last time was I just was draining it like this, holding it up and draining it. So I don't know if you can see, there's quite the PVA film in here at the moment. We don't want that because it will be very plasticky. So I am going to squish that like so. So that's taken all of that film away mostly. So that's what we're left with. Put this on here. What I was thinking is we could take the excess of the curvy bit out. They've obviously just made it a bit too long to gather together. So that's another little dish one done. Okay, I've cleared those out of the way and now it's onto the cake board, and it doesn't really matter which side you use for this. We're not ironing it, so if you were ironing it I'd suggest you didn't use the metal side. I'm going to cut a piece of this paper. Now you do need pins for this in a minute, and a pencil of some description. So first of all, just choose some pins that you'll never see again to just pin the paper down on the corners out the way. For some of them, they will be okay if you just spread them out and pin the points out. For others, I'm thinking this one in particular, I think needs me to draw around it so that I know where the points are supposed to come out to. So I'm just going to draw around this one, just very roughly. All I'm going to do is literally plot out where each of the points are, so I know where to pin it when it's wet. I know you can't really see it, but I don't want to use a pin. I don't want it to come off on the doily. So that's that one. So I'm going to see how many I can get on one cake board, because why not? You might as well. So I need another board. I have got another board, but I've got 3 left. So if we start with this one here, pop it in there. Just push it all the way down. I'm just going to gently fold it and then just squish it a bit. So now I can open this one out. I can line it up very vaguely with these points. Yep, as an idea, that was a pretty good one. So I actually like that. So I'm going to pull these out a little bit further so that they are sort of taut, you know, flat and lovely and looking like snowflakes. I'm just going to stick this one in here again. And at this point, I'm just using my hands. So you see how this one's got more of a definite shape to it because the thread's thicker and it's more of a opaque design. It doesn't need as much help to go back to the shape that it's supposed to be. I am going to pin the points, but I don't want to get PVA in my pins, so. Okay, yeah, probably that is worth it, I think. Anyway, I am actually literally really going to wash my hands now, and then I'll come back and finish this entire board, and I'll probably do it as time lapse just so you can see. Okay, these ones are all pinned, so that's what they look like. And because they're all pinned now, I can go and stand them in front of a radiator and they won't go droopy, and it will help them dry out before February, which would be good because they've got to be ready by the end of the week. So anyway, actually I'm quite enjoying this now. Apart from having slightly sticky hands, I am enjoying it, and I'm thinking of all the different things I could do with it. So I will go away and find another cake board, and remember you could use cardboard instead, and if you've got big ones, actually it might be as well to use something that you're not using for anything else. But I know I've got loads of cake boards, so I'll go and find another 1 or 2 to do these last couple here and get those going and get those drying out. When they're dry, I will come back and I will show you what they look like and what we're going to do with them next after this. Okay, so we had to put back the uploading of this video because I couldn't get the flipping things dry. So I put another layer of PVA on and they weren't stiff enough. But after the second coat, they were much better. So these are the bowls. And I'm doing a voiceover because I got sick. That's actually me in my dressing gown. So where this square one was a little bit shallow, I thought putting some grosgrain ribbon around the edge would really, really help. Just pull it back into shape, and I think it looks really pretty. So I thought this would make a lovely gift idea for someone. And if you want to pull something back into shape, just put it back over the form that you used. And there it is with soap in it. Oh, that green one's so pretty. I was going to give it away, but I think I might keep it. So for the large ones, I didn't actually put them on cake boards in the end. I had them just sitting on greaseproof paper. The rest of them were on the board, and they all came out so well. Look at that. That's my favourite one. It really looks like a snowflake. So I'm using twine, but you could use a nice bit of lace or something to add to your frosty, snowy theme. Might look nice, but I was going for that, homemade look. That's lucky. So I just found some cotton perlé in an off-white. I thought that would suit all of the things I was using. And literally just put a few stitches in through the twine, through the doily, ready to hang up. And there it is. There's my snowflake bunting. That's really pretty, isn't it? It's so cute. You could also hang it up in the window or hang them individually in the window. Afterwards, I was thinking how cute that would look if you covered the whole of your window with these doilies. But I really wanted to put it over the fire. I thought it was really sweet. So I hope you have a go anyway and enjoyed this first 2 uses of doilies that you've got kicking around at home and you want to use. Look how cute that is. And yeah, I hope you have a go. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you next week. Actually, I'll see you on Sunday. Bye.